Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle. Wise men speak because they have something to say, fools because they have to say something. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Only the dead have seen the end of war. The price good men pay for indifference to public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. Do not train a child to learn by force or harshness, but direct them to it by what amuses their minds, so that you may be better able to discover with accuracy the peculiar bent of the genius of each. The heaviest penalty for declining to rule is to be ruled by someone inferior to yourself. Love is a serious mental disease. One of the penalties of refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. I am the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, and that is that I know nothing. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. Ignorance, the root and stem of every evil. There is truth in wine and children. I'm trying to think, don't confuse me with facts. If women are expected to do the same work as men, we must teach them the same things. The measure of a man is what he does with power. Those who tell the stories rule society. The madness of love is the greatest of heaven's blessings. Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. There are three classes of men: lovers of wisdom, lovers of honor, and lovers of gain. Education is teaching our children to desire the right things. When men speak ill of thee, live so as nobody may believe them. There are two things a person should never be angry at: what they can help, and what they cannot. Courage is knowing what not to fear. In politics we presume that everyone who knows how to get votes knows how to administer a city or a state. When we are ill, we do not ask for the handsomest physician, or the most eloquent one. How can you prove whether at this moment we are sleeping, and all our thoughts are a dream, or whether we are awake, and talking to one another in a waking state? You should not honor men more than truth. The beginning is the most important part of the work. Necessity is the mother of invention. The object of education is to teach us to love what is beautiful. Death is not the worst that can happen to men. Character is simply habit long continued. People are like dirt. They can either nourish you and help you grow as a person, or they can stunt your growth and make you wilt and die. A house that has a library in it has a soul. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Bodily exercise, when compulsory, does no harm to the body, but knowledge which is acquired under compulsion obtains no hold on the mind. Good actions give strength to ourselves and inspire good actions in others. Those who are able to see beyond the shadows and lies of their culture will never be understood, let alone believed, by the masses. An empty vessel makes the loudest sound, so they that have the least wit are the greatest babblers. A hero is born among 100, a wise man is found among 1,000, but an accomplished one might not be found even among 100,000 men. Love is simply the name for the desire and pursuit of the whole. Writing is the geometry of the soul. There is in every one of us, even those who seem to be most moderate, a type of desire that is terrible, wild, and lawless. Any man may easily do harm, but not every man can do good to another. If a man can be properly said to love something, it must be clear that he feels affection for it as a whole, and does not love part of it to the exclusion of the rest. For this feeling of wonder shows that you are a philosopher, since wonder is the only beginning of philosophy. Poets utter great and wise things which they do not themselves understand. I thought to myself, I am wiser than this man. Neither of us probably knows anything that is really good, but he thinks he has knowledge, when he has not, while I, having no knowledge, do not think I have. Love is born into every human being, it calls back the halves of our original nature together, it tries to make one out of two and heal the wound of human nature. The first and best victory is to conquer self. Man is a being in search of meaning. True friendship can exist only between equals. No wealth can ever make a bad man at peace with himself. False words are not only evil in themselves, but they infect the soul with evil. No human thing is of serious importance. Either we shall find what it is we are seeking, or at least we shall free ourselves from the persuasion that we know what we do not know. All I really know is the extent of my own ignorance. Love is the name for our pursuit of wholeness, for our desire to be complete. Everything that deceives may be said to enchant. Is there a perfect world? The price of apathy towards public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. The direction in which education starts a man will determine his future life. Lack of activity destroys the good condition of every human being. When the tyrant has disposed of foreign enemies by conquest or treaty and there is nothing to fear from them, then he is always stirring up some worry or other in order that the people may require a leader. Knowledge is the food of the soul. Man is a prisoner who has no right to open the door of his prison and run away. A man should wait, and not take his own life until God summons him. A life without investigation is not worth living. Let parents then bequeath to their children not riches but the spirit of reverence. But above all things truth beareth away the victory. Come then, and let us pass a leisure hour in storytelling, and our story shall be the education of our heroes.